Hi, my name is Chelsea, and I just bought 4 acres of land in the beautiful hills of West Virginia.
To me, the American dream means owning your own cabin on your own piece of land.
Follow along with me as I take on the biggest challenge of my life. Let's take a journey together.
In this video, we'll follow a woman's entire process of building her own cabin. Get ready for scenes that showcase talent, determination, and sincerity. First, the corners were marked and the boundaries were clearly defined with ropes. Holes were dug and cardboard molds were placed. Then, concrete was poured into the molds to create the columns. After the concrete columns have dried, metal connecting brackets are attached to them. Then the main load-bearing beams are placed at these connection points, raising the structure from the ground. After the outer frame beams are fixed to the concrete columns, metal connections are installed to support the inner beams. Then, the inner beams are installed one by one. At this stage, the support structure of the shed's foundation becomes clearly visible. Once the floor joists are completed, the floor covering stage begins. First, the surface facing the ground is covered with OSB panels, completely insulating the underside.
Love it.
Foam insulation panels are placed between the floor joists to reduce heat loss. OSB panels are laid over the floor joists to form the top surface. Wooden pieces are measured and assembled, and the wall frames are prepared on site. The prepared panels are then lifted and placed in position. Once the wall frames are completed, the upper connecting elements are installed. This system prepares the foundation for a roof structure that will have a high ceiling and a half-story upper area. This section was designated as the bathroom and toilet area of the cabin. The wall frame was shaped to accommodate this space, creating the necessary partitions. The exterior of the structure is covered with panels to increase its durability. These panels both stiffen the structure and form the first layer of protection against external factors. The main frame is constructed by placing the beams that will form the roof slope one by one. The beams are joined at the top, giving the structure a triangular form. Once the roof frame is complete, preparations for the cladding begin. Metal roof panels are measured and cut. Then, the panels are placed and secured onto the roof. They install the windows by fitting them into place and securing them to the wall frame. During assembly, the alignment is checked and any gaps are closed. With this stage, the structure both receives light and begins to separate from the outside environment. After the windows are installed, the entrance door is put in place. The eaves are covered with wooden panels, giving the building a more organized appearance. The final cladding work is underway on the exterior. Wooden cladding panels are being fixed to the walls, shaping the exterior appearance. With this stage, the structure is both protected and begins to approach its final form. The spaces between the wall and roof beams are filled with thermal insulation panels. The fuse box is being installed, and the connections are being prepared. Cable lines are routed through the wall frame to determine the outlet and lighting points. For the heating system, the stove is placed inside the room. Stovepipes are routed through the walls and roof to create a chimney line. Interior insulation work is being completed on the roof. After the gaps between the rafters are filled with insulation material, the interior cladding stage begins. Wooden panels are fixed in place to close off the interior space. The same process is applied to the interior walls, covering all surfaces. As the wooden panels are secured, the interior space begins to take shape completely. The bathroom area is also covered with wood paneling, thus blending in with the other areas. First, they're covering the floor upstairs with laminate flooring. Then they cover all the remaining floors in the house with laminate flooring. Once the laminate flooring is installed, the interior begins to take its final form, and the overall structure becomes clearly defined. When this entire process is complete, this structure, built from scratch, transforms into a habitable cabin. For more details and new developments, you can check out this talented woman's YouTube channel. Links are available in the description.